Hi everyone, thanks again for tuning in here to Coco, Lencho, Japan. So we are on our way to the Japan Camping Car Show 2024 in Chiba near Tokyo. But we are actually driving from Iwakuni all the way to Tokyo, which is about a 12-hour drive. So we decided to go ahead and make a quick stop here in Takeshima, which is really cool island right here. Several temples here behind those trees, really cool. And then way over there you can see there's a walkway where you literally just walk across to the island. But actually this upcoming video is me basically rambling about going through my war chest that I had in storage for many years in North Carolina, and we finally retrieved it. As I'm editing this video, I was thinking to myself, like, no one really wants to watch this, but on the other hand too, I think it's probably relevant. So I was telling my wife about it, that I was working on this video, and then I was kind of having mixed feelings about it, because no one really wants to listen to anyone like going through their personal items and the sentimental value that it has to you. Then we're also talking about, how, when we purchased our Akiya here in the rural side of Japan, I had to go through the previous owner's very personal property, such as photos and stuff like that. So in a way, it was kind of sad. And so she said that there's actually a term in Japanese called shukatsu. And it's not necessarily mean that you're dying right now. Basically, you're just kind of cleaning up stuff so that your loved ones are not stuck with it later on. So I was like, okay, well, let me go ahead and continue. So if this kind of relates to you, please comment below and let me know what your thoughts are, or what you have done to gone through, let's say, downsizing. If you're going to go ahead and have a second chapter in life, whether you're going to RV for the rest of your life, or kind of RV full time, or move abroad like we are. What do you do? What do you do in this kind of situation? So again, a lot of this stuff is very personal to me, so I'll continue to go ahead and sharing this story with you. But in the meanwhile, please enjoy this little side trip, and look forward to the RV show, because as I have mentioned before, eventually we want to buy an RV and continue traveling here in Japan, so we can share beautiful sights like this. Please stay tuned, and if you like what you see, please hit subscribe, like, and share, and follow our journey. Thanks. Hi folks, thanks for tuning in again. So if you have been following me, you know that not too long ago we received a lot of stuff that we had in storage back in the United States that finally got shipped over here after 6 years of being in storage, which leads to me thinking, like, what do you do to declutter your life? Folks, help me out. So if you have watched some of the previous videos, you know that we purchased this vacant house in Japan. Akiyas, or open houses, vacant houses, or many times even abandoned houses, is a common problem. And when we bought this house, it came with the previous owner's very personal property, such as pictures and that type of stuff. And so here I am, stuck with the same problem myself. Gosh, am I going to leave this to my children or someone else to bear the burden to take care of it, or is it going to stay behind? Who knows, right? So again, folks, if you know how to declutter your life, kind of give me some tips. Personally, some of the things that I need to do, they're like pictures and things that, like, for example, that my daughter made for school, different school projects. Maybe take a nice picture of it and then just unfortunately get rid of it. But there's other very personal stuff. For example, this foot locker right here. It's it looks like trash to some people, but for me, it has a lot of sentimental value. The other day I just kind of peeked through it, but these are things that it's hard for me and my wife, some of her other things over here and down in the garage as well, is to part with, or to figure out what to do, even though they're just kind of sitting around for no reason whatsoever, right? This is the foot locker that I had when I was I deployed to Kosovo during there was a little conflict back in 1999 in my GP medium tent. So some of you Army folks, if you know what that is, let me know. They're next to my cot, and so this is what I where I kept a lot of my, you know, like my socks and shorts and stuff like that. But then eventually it became a, again, like what would you call it, a war chest or something like that. Here we are. That's my daughter back when she was 5 years old. She was in kindergarten, about to go to first grade. And picture from the folks that I was stationed with and deployed to in Afghanistan and in Germany. Let's see what else we have here. Good old army duffel bag. Looks like my desert uniform from when I was deployed to, God, who knows, Iraq, Afghanistan, Kuwait, one of those three places. Very worn in. I decided to keep one uniform. So this is the uniform actually that I wore when I was in Afghanistan, based on the unit patch. Oh, this hat, obviously, as you can tell, it got a lot of sweat and sand. Ooh. This is probably worn during the year. I spent 1 year in between Kuwait and Iraq during the beginning of the war in OIF 1 after 9/11. I used to like these old, I still like old classic cars, and my wife has bought a few. Now this is one dorky hat right here. I'm sorry, but this brings back some memories. The Red Devil. So I was a warrant officer in the Army, and during 2000-2001, I went to warrant officer candidate school. While you're at school, each class is designated a color, and we were the red class, and then you had to come up with a name. So we were the Red Devils. How authentic, very original, right? And so everything was red, to include your shoelaces. If you were that class, and they'll say, "Oh, here's the shirt." The Red Devils walk you like a hurricane, sir. Oh boy, you know, if y'all only knew the stuff that they put you through, you know, part of the, no, it's a borderline hazing, but you know, in a way, it's just to see how bad you want it, how bad, you know, in my case, like I said, I became a warrant officer, and then they just put you through, let's say, living hell, and I guess the Red Devil was kind of fitting for that, right? And so yeah, they just kind of tried to break you down, see if you're gonna make it. When we were getting ready to leave Germany in 2007 to my follow-on assignment to Fort Bragg, North Carolina, the house was empty, and my daughter wrote this lovely note that she was very, very bored in the little town of Illisan. But it was a really great place that we lived in. My wife and kids made for me. This says, "Welcome home, Daddy," when I came back after the year-long deployment during OIF 1. This was a stupid little joke that I had on my desk. And so a warrant officer is basically someone that you've been in for a while, and then you're supposed to have a lot of experience, and you're supposed to be the technical expert, right? Quick little joke right there. Basically, a warrant officer right here saying, yeah, watch this. And basically, you watch this, how I get this done. Some other things, the four most dangerous things in the U.S. Army, same thing. The warrant officer saying, watch this shit. My daughter one day came to the office, and she wrote me a little note there. "Love you, Daddy, okay." Alpha 556, that was my number when I went to jump school, airborne school. I was a little bit ripe when I went to jump school. I was like 36 years old, 37, so not the youngest guy. From Afghanistan. Yeah, and actually this unfortunately we had 4 soldiers that they were actually shot down. One of my jobs was I had to recover the personal effects of one of the soldiers, and it was very sad to go through his stuff and pack up his stuff, you know, because, you know, like all of us, you know, he just left for the day expecting to come back. Unfortunately not. Camp Bonsdale shit paper. July of 99. So this was the toilet paper that we would get in the porta potties that, you know, have like a Mount Fuji size of brown matter. Yeah, these bad boys blocked a whole lot of sand. Cards, Iraq most wanted cards, and yeah, so you had all the most wanted people during Iraq. Oh my God, this is from Kosovo. Wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. So yeah, so when I was in Kosovo, we volunteered to go renovate, well actually not fix up a school that was damaged because of the war and tore down and everything. And I always kind of wanted to go back to that school and just kind of look at it and see whatever happened with it, but I just could not remember the name. I totally forgot I had this. Wow. Let me read it real quick. On the behalf of the school staff, the students, and their parents, we are grateful for helping the school and the children with the supplies. This show of support was tremendous and also necessary due to the fact of our government normality distribute supplies which are now lacking for several years. A special thanks for the children, adults, soldiers, and their families from America for giving us these gifts of aid. This aid is just the beginning of mutual friendship and cooperation. And then there it is. Wow. The Miras Schools Village. Wow. I am gonna go back there, folks. I've always wanted to go back to Kosovo. And one was to kind of try to find this school. I totally forgot I had this. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh, and there's the principal and his kids. Wow. Oh yeah, there you go. I remember this one. I was checking off the days, and we arrived December. Right here it says December 9th, going home, but we arrived. Here it is. We arrived 21 December of 02, right before Christmas. I remember just wanting some coffee Christmas Day, because that's the day we departed, but we arrived around the 24th or 24th, 25th, and my buddy and I, all we wanted, Dave, if you're watching, if you remember, all we wanted was some coffee. And this one guy at the mess hall was kind of being a little snobby, saying, "Oh, we're closed." And I never forget this guy who's supervisor. Like, he said, "Man, just give them some freaking coffee. All they wanted some coffee in this Christmas." All right, folks. So yeah, thanks for this. Was totally unplanned. I was just bringing some stuff up, and I was going through this. So let me go ahead and go through this box together. Again, but it's part of the I guess the dilemma. You know, what do you do with this type of stuff that only I or my wife or kids may know the history behind it. After that, it's just garbage to people. And you know, again, when you go through your personal belongings, what do you do? Sorry, I lost the words. So all right, folks, again, if you like what you see, please hit subscribe, like, and share, and continue following the journey here in rural Japan as we travel around Japan, Asia, and live here in the countryside. And all right, thanks again. Take care. Bye.